For those that are familiar with Dancing Squirrel, they'll know them as a tech production company. However, not many will know that they are now a full-service events agency, working with clients across the world to deliver fantastic events. But we're going to explore just how much the environment, their employees and their clients mean to them, and what they do to make sure that they deliver the very best for everybody that they work with. The agency has experience delivering awards, conferences, reward and recognition programs, corporate festivals, product launches, brand activations, Christmas and summer parties, press events, and team building events all over the world for a range of different clients across various sectors. And since expanding its offering in 2019 to include venue finding, event management services and content creation, the client-centric full-service agency has gone from strength to strength, all the while pushing an industry-wide agenda for change in everything that they do. And as Dancing Squirrel has become more focused on the environment, social issues, and good governance, they have attracted more business. And so it's no surprise that this agency, with core values at the very centre, has quadrupled its turnover in the last few years. Incredible achievements for co-founders Neil Woodward and Clay Robinson. So Dancing Squirrel has had some tremendous success over the last few years, but what makes Dancing Squirrel different as a business and as an employer?
Okay, so I think I'll jump in and talk kind of how we work. And yes, we've been really fortunate. We've quadrupled our turnover over the last couple of years. And I would say we put that down to being a really client-centric organisation. We always focus on the client first. So it's about having those conversations early and asking why. Why do you want to run this event? What are the key objectives you have at the end of the day that you need every single one of your delegates to be walking away from? And then we'll help them with that. So maybe that's print. Maybe that's, the fact that you have an iPad system and those messages keep coming up. It's about, we've got geographical food menus where the food is only within a 50-mile radius. So all those little key elements help the client deliver really good events.
I'd say the same with the crew. Being client-centric, as Neil mentioned, we're very crew-centric as well. We treat all our crew as family, so we're always there by their side, and we know that they've got our backs as well. We always try and make sure that no one's working longer now than a 10 to 12 hour shift. If the shift is longer than that, we'll bring in a secondary crew, so the first guys can go and get some rest to be ready for the next day. We've spent a lot of time and investment into crew catering as well that now comes out on site with us. So the guys can go to their crew room, get a drink, have some food, and it's always going to be there for them. But the big thing for us with the crew, we always get the smiles back from them, which is amazing. We all just see each other as one big family.
And so it makes sense to visit this family at home, or the Dre, as Dancing Squirrel's HQ in Buckingham is affectionately known. Because it's all very well those at the top talking about what it's like to work at the company. However, it's the employees themselves that will have a more accurate perception of the agency as a place to work. And first up is Connie Purcell, an event project manager at Dancing Squirrel who has been with the business just over a year. Connie, what attracted you to the job at Dancing Squirrel in the first place?
So I was looking for a career change, and I'd looked on LinkedIn and I'd been following Dancing Squirrel for a while, and I saw that they were advertising for a job, and I thought that would just be a brilliant opportunity for me. So I went online and applied for it and came for an interview, and it just went really well. They were really welcoming. Their ethos and their values really inspired me. Going on their website, seeing case studies that they'd done, it was really an industry that I wanted to go into.
So you've been with the company for over a year now, and you still seem to be loving it. So what is it about Dancing Squirrel's culture that keeps you so engaged?
Yeah, the culture's really, really welcoming. It's always nice to come here to work in the morning. You don't dread it when you wake up on a Monday morning, especially when you get greeted at the door by Amadeus, the office dog. It's like a family here. Everyone pushes each other to do the best they can. The travelling, the experiences, meeting different people, seeing behind the scenes as well. I got to see that on my last event, which I'd never seen before. So it's all really exciting. And in January 2023, we've had a 4-day week. which is really nice because, as one of our co-directors, Neil, said, was we spend more time together than our own family. So having that out of work life balance works really well, especially if you've had a long day at work or on an event or even a week at an event. It's a really welcoming place, and you just know that there's always areas for you to grow.
But perks alone aren't enough. They need to be rooted in a strong company culture. And it was Dancing Squirrel's culture that successfully lured experienced AV technician Tom Mitchell to come and work with them. Tom, you've worked for some incredible organisations in your career.
Yeah, I've done a lot of jobs over time. I've been touring in the touring industry for the best part of 12 years now, working for Marvel, Disney, Cirque du Soleil. They've taken me all around the world, 36 countries so far. Yeah, it's been an incredible experience. Now I'm here at Dancing Squirrel, continuing the trend of working all over.
So interesting, because a lot of those organisations would be the end goal for a lot of people's careers, but you were close to leaving the industry and then Dancing Squirrel lured you back. How did that happen?
End of 2022, I decided to come home and try the settling down lifestyle. I did a few events for Dancing Squirrel over sort of maybe a 7-month period, and in that time I really found my love for the industry again, all while I was looking for another opportunity that wasn't live events. So they definitely, you're right, lured me back and gave me a whole nother love of the industry.
What is it about Dancing Squirrel's culture that attracted you and then keeps you with them?
Definitely, I think it's the relationship we build, not just with the people that work for Dancing Squirrel, but the people that we work with as well. So the clients, our crew, our suppliers, we definitely know that the relationships we build are beyond just an important factor at work, but also outside of it. We very much take care of each other. So it was a perfect place to be, and somewhere I very much enjoy being, and looking forward to quite a few of the opportunities ahead.
When you have a unifying company culture and can attract good talent, inevitably you end up with a more creative output for clients, which can clearly be seen by watching Dan, one of Dancing Squirrel's creative project managers, at work. The creativity you've shown me in this room is incredible, but how does Dancing Squirrel's culture foster that creativity?
Well, I think we place very high value on creativity. Like, something I've found with a lot of creatives is that people fall into the trap of thinking they have to do the best version of what's already been done. And that's not really what true creativity is. True creativity is setting new boundaries so you can set new standards. And at Dancing Squirrel, I always feel listened to, I always feel valued, and that creativity is much more encouraged so that we can produce something much better for our clients.
But how does all this creativity and camaraderie come together on site?